Okay, Kalim, so that's the end of the test. How do you think the test went?
Yeah, test went a bit okay, but I did one mistake where I realized that near the Twickenham Stadium, uh, you didn't instruct me where to go, so I was supposed to go straight. I realized that I did a mistake there.
Hey guys, so if you've been watching our channel, you would have seen our student doing a driving mock test. We're now going to go through all the mistakes, analyze and see from our student's point of view, why did they make certain mistakes and how exactly a driving examiner will be marking you. Don't forget, you can always check our site fmdrivingschool.co.uk where we post all the information that you need in order to pass your driving test and your theory test. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe with FM Driving School. So now let's get back into the video where we analyze all the mistakes. That's the end of the test. So well done, Kalim, that's the end of the test. We're going to go through all your mistakes. We're now just going to analyze all the mistakes that our student made during the mock driving test, the positives and the negatives of doing the mock test, how they could have improved from making these mistakes. Don't forget, you can always check out fmdrivingschool.co.uk. There's loads of tips, loads of advice. If you've got a driving lesson coming up or even a driving test, we go through the procedures of what you'll be learning in the driving lessons as well as what the driving test is like. Okay, Kalim, so that's the end of the test. How do you think the test went?
Yeah, test went a bit okay, but I did one mistake where I realized that near the Twickenham Stadium, you didn't instruct me where to go, so I was supposed to go straight. I realized that I did a mistake there and I was in the wrong lane. Okay, plus it was a green signal and I was a bit confused there. I stopped. I should have signaled left and have gone left.
Exactly.
But later I realized and I signaled left and went left, but I think it was bit late.
So yeah, that was an obvious mistake. It's right in front of us. As you're well aware, and we've done mock tests before, that if the examiner doesn't tell you where you're going, you assume you're going straight. You asked me right at the last second, where should I go? If I was to tell you the answer, it would have been slightly dangerous because you may have suddenly moved across to the right lane. Number two, I was still giving you the chance to avoid the major fault by going the wrong way. Had you gone left safely, it's not a major fault. But because you stopped the car at a green light, at a green signal, now it becomes a major fault. But as you said, you recognize afterwards, but by then it was a bit far too late, okay? So my advice to you is, obviously, if you're in the incorrect lane and it's a bit too close to the junction, as you did, indicate left, check your mirrors and just go the wrong way, and you would avoid the major fault. You may make the examiner a bit annoyed, but at least you avoid the major fault. So that's the obvious major fault. So you'd fail your test for that. The general drive itself was actually extremely good, I would say, from my point of view. You've only made about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 minor faults. Let's go through a few of them because they could affect your driving test. So a few minor faults, as I said. One was so I asked you to find somewhere safe to stop in. There was a driveway in a bay, and you parked next to someone's driveway. Did you notice that? Were you aware?
Yeah, I missed it.
Okay, so it's not a major fault, but if it continues to happen, it may become something a bit serious. One was moving off, you stall. Again, not a big concern. Signaling, you signal a bit late, I think one of the occasions. Okay, the one thing I didn't like was we came up to a junction, a learner car was coming towards our right, you saw him and you decided to cut. Do you remember that incident?
Yeah, incident.
Okay, what do you think about that situation?
He was a bit far and he was slow.
He was slow.
He was slow. That's the reason I went for it.
It was 50-50. He was a bit slow. I didn't fault you, but that was a bit of a concern. Then we came up to a junction, literally next to the fire station up ahead, where we turned right, and you cut someone in. Do you remember? Probably wasn't aware because you thought maybe you thought it was safe for you to go. So we were turning right. A car was coming, and you were quite slow turning in, and you literally affected the car. I had to wave my hand and apologize. You're not aware, are you? Okay, we're gonna replay it back and you're gonna see it. So that would be a major fault. Just so you know, you cut someone across. You took it over their priority. Okay, and that last major fault you made was so we're going near Isworth Road, a straight down long stretch of road. You're doing 20 miles an hour. There was no signs for 20. You're next to Asda, up towards a big roundabout. You're doing 20 miles an hour. Were you aware? Okay, again, we're going to replay it back. It was a long stretch of road, no signs, no speed signs, and residential area. What should we assume?
30.
30. Okay, so that would be a major fault. We had gear change. You turned in gear 3. Should have been again minor fault. Indicators, changing lanes. Oh, you changed lanes on one occasion, and you didn't really indicate. Luckily for us, you're looking at your mirrors thoroughly. No cars behind. So again, I'm not going to give you a major, but do indicate. What else? So these are some of the minor faults. Let's see. So yeah, the lights was a biggest one. The lights, where we stopped, 20 miles an hour at a 30 zone, and cutting someone across when you're turning right at a crossroad. Okay, do watch out for that. General driving, you're really good with your observations, your mirror checks. You're extremely good with your gear changes. You know which gear you want to go to. You're aware of the cars in front of you. There was a bus incident coming towards us. You're about to go to 3, then I realized you changed your mind, you went down to 2. So these are some of the signs of an experienced driver, that you're able to change your mind, having good control of the car. Like, stalling once is not a big concern. It was safe. We restarted safely. So there's a lot of positive. Just a few silly mistakes, okay? Like I said, don't cut people in. If it's 50-50, if you think you're just about going to make it, why would you take that gamble in your driving test? You're being examined. You're paying for a test. Just let the guy go, okay? Crossroad, if the car's coming, again, you wasn't aware, so I can't really show you the mistake, but we'll rewatch it on the video. If the car is their priority, oncoming cars, do not cut them across. Okay, so there are a lot of positive signs, Kaleem. So hopefully, you will pass your driving test, but do watch out for these silly mistakes. And the biggest thing we've learned today, obviously, assume you're going straight if if the examiner doesn't say, and if you're in the wrong lane, just go the wrong way. Okay. So well, that's your driving test for you. Hey guys, we're with our main man Kaleem. I'm sure you guys know who he is. And we have some really good news today. Kaleem, tell us what the news is.
Well, basically, I passed the driving test today.
That's his certificate.
Yes,
How was it? Nice and easy?
Yeah, it was not very hard, because in the past as well I did quite big places, and
so we practice in the route basically.
And we have covered most of the route which was covered during our driving tests.
And that's our student getting the pass test certificate. You can watch the whole video on our channel, FM Driving School, where he goes through exactly what happened in the test, what he did in the test, how the test was, how the examiner was. And if you do catch the other video from our same student doing a mock driving test, you'll see how badly that mock driving test went that particular day. You'll see so many bad decisions, so many errors, so many mistakes. But it is a good thing in a way, because you'll see the big jump, the leap, and the level that our student made, the progression that he made from that particular day, that level of driving, to now getting the license. That could be any one of you out there. As long as you're learning and taking on the criticism and taking on the advice and watching these videos, hopefully that will give you some ways, some ideas in how to pass your driving test. Guys, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and big thanks to our student for taking part.